All smiles, but my heart's gone. No love, only love flows. So cold, turned up and my eyes low. Where's love, only God knows.
It's been 1 year, and the Blazers are projected to be the worst team in the Western Conference. After losing the entire starting rotation, I'm here to change that. Welcome to my Portland Trail Blazers, MyGM.
And you came to plant the seed. Love's warmth has grown to a tree. Basking in the moment like we're children. I just wanna make it feel new again. Relaxing as the summer breeze. Sweet voices comforting me. Basking in the moment like we're children. I just wanna make it feel new again.
Finally back. Feels good. Feels good to be posting one of my teams. One of the teams I started with in 2K13. And now in 2K15, going on to 2K16. It's amazing. It's amazing. And if you want anything done right, you got to do it yourself. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing. It's been a while since I posted a proper MyGM series to my channel. And I think I owe you guys. I owe you guys this. I'm going to be doing a lot of things differently than when I first started. And I promise, I'm different. I'm not like everybody else. I won't be posting a full-length episode of nothing but menu screens. That's boring. But you guys know me. I don't do that in the first place. But I got a lot of explaining to do for this 2K16 MyGM series we have going on. First and foremost, I'm going to be titling each and every one of these MyGM episodes 2K16 until 2K16 drops. Then I'll change the title back to 2K15. That's just to get my name out there, to get these videos out there, because it is the actual 2K16 roster exactly. And another thing I have to say is that this is not actually a MyGM series. Although I'm going to be titling it a MyGM, it's actually a My League. It's basically the same thing. The only reason why I decided to do a My League is to make it more realistic. I see a lot of other YouTubers posting 2K16 MyGM on 2K15, but in reality, when they do that, they're still playing in the 2014-2015 season. So I wanted to make it a little bit better than theirs by playing in the actual 2015 and 2016 season. We even have the actual 2016 rookies in this upcoming year, so for sure we're going to be doing 2 seasons. Maybe, depending on our time schedule, we might even do 3. But for sure, we're going to be doing 2, considering the draft class has guys like Ben Simmons, Tyler Ulis, Jaylen Brown, etc., etc. Those are the top prospects off the top of my head so far. So it's going to be fun. It really is. Since this is the first episode of a great series, I'm asking you guys a huge, huge favor here. If this video could get 400 likes, I will post the second episode to my Blazers MyGM immediately. That'll show me that you guys want to see this amount of effort and time and dedication I put into this series, because that's all the motivation, to see people wanting to see more. You guys got almost 600 likes on my Bucks MyGM, so why not at least get 400 likes on my Portland Blazers MyGM, right? Now, before I go any further, I would just like to say as well about this My League series is that I had to manually simulate the entire 2014-2015 season and had to manually put each single player on their respective roster. So right now it's 100% accurate, and as there's trades happening in the regular season, I will personally put that said player on his new team and keep this as updated as possible throughout the season. Because other people are doing MyGMs of this, they can't do that with their team or other teams. Speaking of MyGM, if you use the big contracts, for example, Damian Lillard, Anthony Davis, you know how they signed a 5-year, $145 million and $125 million contract? If you have that said contract in a MyGM series, good luck re-signing anybody on your team. So all these other YouTubers doing a MyGM series, if they have a big contract like Damian Lillard, like Anthony Davis on their team, they're gonna have some trouble. And that's why I took the safe side. I played My League instead, because I put the cap space a little bit higher, a little bit more realistic. So we're not going to be signing, LeBron James or Kevin Durant to this team. We're going to stay in our respective realism of players we could go after in free agency, especially because we have a lot of one-year contracts this season. So free agency is going to be fun at the end of the season, but as of right now, we're not looking towards the end of the season. We're looking at the entirety of it. As of right now, the starting lineup: Dame, CJ McCollum, Aminu, Ed Davis, and Mason Plumlee. The small forward and power forward position are most likely going to be interchangeable, just because I feel like eventually we'll get a better small forward or a better power forward, or even a better backup point guard, because right now our point guard consists of Tim Frazier and Luis Montero, the 6'7" point guard. So we could use a better backup point guard. We could also use a better small forward, a better power forward, you know. We could just use a whole better team, to be honest. And I'm going to try keeping the core intact. I'm going to try not to do anything the Blazers wouldn't do. But there's some key guys that I want to go after, such as Perry Jackson. That's my guy, you know, in the draft. Or he's not technically a rookie. I guess he is, because he tore his Achilles last season in the summer league. But my 3 favorite rookies this upcoming year: D'Angelo Russell, my guy, my vote for Rookie of the Year. Then Perry Jackson, then JP Tokoto. So a lot of Sixers. I'm actually a fan of what the Sixers are doing. I'm just not a fan of them not winning. So I added in a few players like Perry Jackson, another guy, Jonathan Simmons, who was with the Spurs Summer League. I actually got a player that looks exactly like him and put him in the roster. So I really want to go for Perry Jackson, maybe even Jonathan Simmons, just because a lot of these other rosters don't have players like this. They're forgetting the small guys, the little guys on the team. No pun intended, because Perry Jackson's like 5'10", but they're forgetting all the minor players and just focusing on the bigger players. Now, I don't have an exact roster with rookies on it for you guys to go download, but I do have the 2K16 roster and the 2K16 rookies. If you guys want to search my gamer tag, which is Envyerz, and if you guys want to do it manually, it only takes about an hour. It took me about an hour or so to get each team perfect and each rookie on that said team and each trade on that said team as well. I did most of the work for you though by getting each player on their respective teams. All you got to do is simulate a season and put the rookies on their respective teams as well. And the reason why I'm doing this is because not a lot of love is shown to the Xbox One. Everyone on PS4 has this one draft class to go to, and to be all honest, I don't really like the draft class. I don't like how the rookies look. I don't like how the players, like I said, the small guys, the minor players on the team aren't in the roster as well. So although I don't have the actual rookies in this draft class, you can manually do it. I just want a good draft class for the Xbox One version of 2K, because 2K on Xbox gets no love besides me and a couple of white other YouTubers. So with that said, I laid out the ground rules for you guys with this MyGM. I explained everything that I thought I should have. It's a my league. The salary cap's a little messed up, but I'm going to keep it as realistic as possible, going up against the Sacramento Kings opening night at home. Unfortunately for us, we couldn't see guys like Willie Cauley-Stein or Seth Curry, who recently was signed with the Kings. I really wanted to play against them, but unfortunately they got a solid DNP. But the Kings are a very interesting team. They held us off a good amount of the game, and we actually go into overtime, as you guys should be seeing. The Kings are one of those teams, in my opinion, that this upcoming season, they're either going to be really good or they're going to be really bad. It's no in between. They're going to be really good or really bad. And depending on if they do really bad, the Blazers might not even be at the bottom of the Western Conference. Especially when you have the Nuggets and Lakers still in the Western Conference, the Timberwolves as well. It's going to be kind of hard to be at the Western Conference for the Blazers unless there's a major injury on their team to Dame. But with that said, the Kings showed us that we need to do some trades because we weren't ready for our first game of the 2015-2016 season. You know, we shouldn't be having to struggle with the Kings. So we're going to be ended up needing to do some trades. If you guys want, leave some suggestions in the comments below. I'm probably going to be trading guys like Ed Davis and Al-Farouq Aminu. I like them. They're solid role players, but I don't see them as starters. I really want to get Chris Kaman out of here too. I want to get some of the older guys, even though if he's really the only old guy we have on the team. I want to see what Noah Vonleh does with this team, and I want to see if we can get anything from Mo Harkless, because personally, Mo Harkless cannot shoot in 2K, and what good is he at small forward if he can't shoot, rebound, or drive? I'm not good with Mo Harkless. So we got a lot of pieces to trade for certain players, and like I said, I will be going after certain guys that are my personal favorite rookies and who I want to see on this team. But at the end of the day, I'll still look at comment sections and I'll see what's the most logical thing to do. So thank you guys for watching the very first episode of my Portland Trailblazers MyGM. I did one in 2K13, did one in 2K14, and now we're here again. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.